So why the name Spark Your Spirit or Ignite Your Spirit? When we're born, we have a spirit that's alive and excited for life, for love. We love our bodies. We love the world around us. We love our family. We trust others. We trust ourselves. We know what we want. We say what we want and we get what we want. We're comfortable in ourselves. The world around us is magical. And, we're a free spirit. There's another one, a free spirit. Everything is joyful. But life happens, right? And we get born into these families that know no better. They're just doing what the generations prior to them did. And we begin to lose our spirit. Little by little, it chips away. Some of us more, some of us less. But no doubt, we all lose some of our spirit that we had when we were born. We develop insecurities. We begin to look at ourselves and doubt ourselves, to begin to find fault with ourselves, with our bodies, with our everything about us. And then we also develop wounds, trust wounds and things like that, where we begin to not trust others. We begin to not trust the world around us. We begin to get insecurities and fears. And slowly we just lose that spirit that we had when we were a little child. I realize how shut down my spirit was my whole life, and how it did come out sometimes, and I would feel it. It would be when I got real excited, I'd lose track of time. I'd be completely immersed in the moment, and just really in a joyful state. But that didn't happen very often. So I realized one day when miraculously my life changed and all of my fears and insecurities and grudges and things like that just dropped away. I was like, what is happening? It felt like magic. I was like, it feels like I'm living in a magic wonder world. I was like, when am I going to wake up from this dream? So I realized later what was happening, and my spirit had come alive. My spirit had woken up. My energy and spirit and joy and passion and things had become awoken, and my spirit came back online. I woke up. Now, how did I do it? It happened. So when someone asks, how did you do it? What can I do to repeat it? I thought, well, I don't know. My sister said, well, what would you tell someone how to do it? I didn't know. So things happen, life happens, and you can feel really good, but then something happens, life happens, and got to start again and do it. So I thought, what better time for me to begin to look back and think, if I had to do this all over again, what would I do? How would I repeat those steps? So I wanted to develop these programs so that I could help myself, and at the same time, you could do it with me, and we could work together. Very simple, easy, fun things to do each week. And it could be a shorter program with Spark Your Spirit, or a little longer, a month or 3 months. I think 3 months would be great to do more of an unleashing of your spirit, really doing more work, but fun work, things that aren't going to take up a lot of time. It's just more becoming aware, and just really nurturing yourself and getting back to who you are, to the real you, unbecoming the things that aren't really us, that we don't realize they're not us, and whittle it down to see, who are you? And do you. Be the beautiful you that you are, without all of the things that we've learned, because they've been passed down to us from others, and they've been projected onto you, but they aren't necessarily you. maybe your style, maybe what you do, maybe how you live. There's so many things that I was doing and living and wearing and being that I'm not. Or it's an altered version. That was an altered version of what I really feel inside. And I would feel those nudgings, the nudgings of your spirit. What are those nudgings of your spirit? See, we use these words and at least I didn't think about it that way. But it's calling to us. Our soul, our spirit is calling to us for more, to be more, to do, not to be more in the way we think of it in this 3D world, but like to really feel you, to be yourself. So if you want to wake up your spirit with me, you want to find easy, simple solutions, especially for a lot of us because we're sensitive, we're empathic, we absorb other people's energy. And so a lot of us are neurodiverse. If you don't know what that is, we're going to talk about that because I believe that is most all of us, especially if you're here. And becoming aware of that and realizing that not everything that works for everyone else, not all the things the science says and the specialists and the programs, they don't all work for us because our brains are different. The way we feel and think is different. The regular systems and planners don't always work for us. And this is why I also have the name Rebel Brains, because our brains are rebels. We rebel against the norms. Usually, most times if you're here, we think outside the box. We don't fit in with mainstream society, with everything everyone believes. We don't believe everything we see on the news. In fact, it's hard to even watch things like that because we're sensitive. So we're different, and I'm here to help you find ways, if you're like me and everything you've tried doesn't work, for dieting, for exercise, for morning routines, for basically everything. Like nothing would work for me. So I'm finding the ways that worked for me and I want to share them with you. And if you'll help me with this, we can develop this program together. And this is going to be something that I can use down the road, tweak it, adjust it, get your feedback. And that way it can help so many other women and men and families, help the world so that we can start to really know ourselves, embrace ourselves, and make a better planet, a better world, happier families. You take a happier woman, you're going to have better relationships with everyone around you, with your husband. I've seen it firsthand, how me loving me and taking care of me made the best year of my marriage, the best relationships that I've ever had in my life, and the best feeling, the best I've ever felt. In 49 years, I'm 49, and I have never felt this free. So I'm living proof. I've been on both sides. I've seen the side of anxiety and depression and hopelessness and passionless, sexless marriage, overeating, stuffing my feelings. And I've seen the other side. And I can tell you it's possible. It doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't have to be super difficult. And if I had this, I am what I needed. And I couldn't find it. And there's so many ways to fast track it. I don't think it had to take me 7, 8, 10 years if I had had these tools that would make it so much more simple. And this is why it's so important. And I know God wants me to get this out to the world. This is part of what I'm here for. So if you want to join me, that would be great. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you soon.